Ben Davison, the brains behind Tyson Fury's resurrection. You've now added Billy Joe Saunders to the mix. Some people might say brave or foolish. Which is it?
Bit of both, I think. But listen, we've all known each other a long time. We all want to see each other do well. It's like a family unit, and here we are, looking to put Billy Joe back on the right tracks.
You're all close friends, there's that side to it, and I suppose, like you say, when you stay in somewhere there's probably a lot of messing around and everything else, but do you have that sort of thing when you get into the gym, it's all business?
Yeah, there's never been a problem in the gym, especially with Billy Joe. The problem was always outside the gym, but you know, he knows he's up against it, and he needs to really put his foot down this year, and that's working as a positive for us, because he's got his mind on the task for sure.
You're building something of an elite stable there. I mean, probably two of the most skillful exponents of their trade in the world.
Yeah, definitely. Not probably, they are for sure, and it's a pleasure to work with them. Like I said, in the gym's never a problem. Outside the gym, they just need to be manoeuvred into the right tracks.
Got a lot of previous with Billy Joe. Did it seem like just a natural fit when he decided he wanted to sort of reboot himself and have a refresh?
Yeah, we've always worked with each other, especially on a technical front. And then we done a little bit of work the other week, and he gave me a call, and one thing led to another, and here we are today. And like I say, we're just looking to get him back on the right tracks and back where his name should be as a world champion.
Bill himself has made no secret of the fact over the years, but he can't be around here in Hertfordshire when he's preparing for a fight. And to that extent, when he was with Jimmy Tibbs, he took himself to Marbella, he took himself then off to Sheffield for a good while. Is it the case that he's going to have to be in Manchester with you or Marbella, so he still won't be sort of around his old haunts?
Yeah, of course. And I think that's part of the problem with what happened with Billy Joe over in Sheffield. I think it was that he sort of made Sheffield home. And you know, we're always on the move. We set up camp in different places, and it keeps things fresh as well, and I think that works as a positive.
Shefat Isufi, unbeaten as a super middleweight. He's on a bit of a run of form. You've obviously had a look. What can you tell us about him? Yeah,
if you give him an opportunity, when he lets his hands go very well. Punches with variety, sharp, fast, and looks heavy-handed. So it's a test. If you get too greedy, it'll make you pay. But we know what we've got to do, and we'll get that job done.
People tend to ridicule opponents they don't know a lot about, but this fella, you know, he is WBO #1, and he has earned his spot, hasn't he?
100%. Any man that gets the #1 in WBO and is in there to take your brains out, let's see somebody else step in there. What D's saying that he's a nobody and that, you get in there and see how you get on, and then we'll see who's a nobody.
Right move to your mind, Bill, having a little dabble at super middleweight? He's been a middleweight a long time.
Listen, he'd already made his decision before he come to me that he was going to do this, and here we are. So we'll do this, we'll have a look and assess the situation. I'd like to see him get those big fights at middleweight in an ideal world, but like I said in the press conference, it's always going to be tough for Billy Joe to get them fights because nobody wants to take that risk with him, and I don't blame him.
It's going to be a busy few weeks for you when around the time this fight comes around, because shortly after that he'll be off to Las Vegas. Tom Schwarz, good fight to your mind?
Yeah, good fight. When he got sent over, we was looking for somebody with height, somebody big, because we're looking to make these fights with the other two elite in the division are over 6'6" plus. So we didn't want to have to make the adaptation to somebody shorter and then have to make the adaptation back again. We wanted somebody big. Pulev's obviously IBF mandatory. Looking for a big payday there with Joshua and a chance to become world champion. Brazil's took up with Wilder. Miller's took up with Joshua. Dillian White's in a position where he doesn't know whether he's coming or going because he's trying to negotiate his best deal with Sky, DAZN, Fox, ESPN, and so you can't blame him for that. And so we just wanted to keep active, wanted to get out, and Tom Schwarz got sent over, #2 with the WBO, #9 with the IBF, and we decided to take that challenge, 24-0, unbeaten. So, like I say, you can't ever write anybody who's got themselves to that position. You can't write them off.
The fight has been mocked in predictable circles, but what can you really argue with a 24-0 young, hungry heavyweight?
Yeah, but people who mock them, like I say, they don't. It's because they don't know, because they don't actually follow boxing. They know a few household names. That's about
certain
it.
quarters that mock do know boxing. It's just probably political for them to mock. I don't know.
Exactly. So if he's number 2 of the WBO, so and he's in 2 organisations. He's in with the IBF as well. So people will always moan when it's not the Wilder or Joshua fight, but it's is he any better or any worse than Brazil? Is he any better or any worse than Miller? Probably not. So
Tyson looks absolutely fantastic at the moment. Have you kept him in the gym, or is he just on a complete regime now?
He's in a complete regime now. He knows what he's doing. He knows that what he needs out of life. And he's got a routine and structure to his lifestyle now, and that's important. Whether he's got a fight or not, he has a routine and structure in his day-to-day life, and that's what's very important for somebody like Tyson. Anybody that suffers with mental health, and I think that having structure and routine in your life makes a big difference.
How hard's it been? December, and it's going to be mid-June now. I presume with the condition he's in and the momentum he picked up in the Wilder fight, he would have liked to have been out sooner.
Exactly, and this was the problem. We was waiting. We heard rumours that the Brazil-Wilder fight was already made, and we couldn't just keep waiting. He was pestering. He wanted to fight. He wants to fight tomorrow, so we couldn't sit around and keep waiting. So we had to make the decision and go down this route. And it's a good fight, and for Tyson as well, it's his first time boxing in Vegas. It's every young boxer's dream. And now he's getting to live that dream, so he's definitely ticking off the bucket list.
How's life changed for Ben Davison, a bright young trainer with a gym in Hoddleston? Now he's preparing for a middleweight interim world title, the linear world heavyweight champion to fight in Las Vegas. I mean, do you ever look back and sort of think, blimey, what's happened this last year?
Yeah, you do try to, but life hasn't changed that much. I often find that some people say, and you're working with this person or working with that person, or a lot of the time people mention money, but at the end of the day, I always try to explain that all I'm doing is the same thing that any other boxing coach is doing. I'm in the gym working with boxers, and I think that it's very important to appreciate what you're doing at that time, not always thinking, I wish this, I wish that. I'm in the gym doing what I enjoy to do, working with boxers, and the most important thing is that I enjoy the company that I'm working with, because that's what I spend most of my time doing. And that's a massive win, That's more than the rest of it. Whether it's boxing for a white collar fight, if you enjoy what you do, you'll be good at it, and that's the main thing. And I always try to say to people that if you enjoy what you do, you'll be good at it. And if you're good at it, you'll earn money from it. You'll have success. So just enjoy what you do. Don't worry about if I was working with this person or if I was working with that person, or luck or this or that. Just enjoy what you do. Spending that, I do nothing different than any other boxing coach with my time. I train fighters in a gym, and that's it. Boxing's my whole life. I very rarely go home, very rarely see family. I commit everything to it, and that's what it takes, but it makes it a lot easier enjoying the company that I work with.
I'll dispute the thing slightly about being the same as every other boxing trainer, because the personal sacrifice you've had to make, you really had to sort of, with Tyson in particular, was take that show on the road, going to Manchester, Marbella. You virtually had to give up your home life. It's almost like you're a travelling coach, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, but that is what it takes, and that is, you could say that is the difference, Part of obviously knowledge and certain things like that, there are differences, but what I mean is what I spend my time doing is training fighters, and I've had to sacrifice a lot and spend a lot more time than the average coach, but it was what it was, and it was what was needed. And putting boxing to one side, it means a lot more to me to see where Tyson is now, physically, mentally, emotionally, than where he was on the side of it. The boxing stuff, unbelievable achievement. Very, very proud of him, and over the moon, and very proud for the family, and it means a hell of a lot. But to see where he is now in outside of boxing in his life means a lot more, because without that, the rest of it means nothing. If he'd come out of that Wilder fight and gone back to how he was before, it would have meant nothing to me.
Ben Davison, congratulations on all your recent accomplishments, and wish you every success going forward.
Thank you very much. Thank you.